All right. Anybody remember where we left off last week? Anybody remember? 15. Yeah. All right, anybody that can subscribe for me? All right, thank you, Brother Caleb.
20 and verse 15. Thou shalt not steal. Verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. What's bearing false witness? All right, you lying on your neighbor, or lying in general. That's bearing false witness. All right. Verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, or anything that is his neighbor's. So, what happens when you covet? If you covet something, what's going to happen eventually? Envy. Stealing. Alright, so if you covet something, it can lead to adultery, fornication, hatred. All these different things come from coveting. Because if you covet something, that means you want something that's not yours. That's why it tells you right there. It says, don't covet your neighbor's house. Why don't you want to covet your neighbor's house? Somebody tell me, why wouldn't I want to covet my neighbor's house? Nobody online? I give you one reason. If you covet your neighbor's house, it may lead you to steal out of your neighbor's house. Or if you covet your neighbor's house, you may find yourself trying to buy a house that you're not capable of supporting. Alright? You're going to buy a house, you can't afford it, now you got to do all this other stuff. Right? Something bad might happen. Alright, so that's why you don't want to covet the neighbor's house. It says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Why don't you want to covet your neighbor's wife? This one should be simple. Lead to adultery. Nor his manservant, maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is. Because the scripture says we should be sufficient. Go to Go to First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 6. 2 Timothy 6 and verse 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us therewith be content. So, the scripture is telling us right there, we should be content with, if we have food and we have shelter, that's what we should be content with. Because if you get in a covetous spirit, it's going to lead you to sin if you want things of the world. You want what your neighbor has. All right, when you get in that spirit of keeping up with the Joneses, you're going to fall into all these other sins. Let's go to my pocket for that. Go to Sirach 31 and 7, I think. Let's look at that real quick. Sirach 31 and 7. Start at verse 6. Sirach 31 and 6. It says, gold has been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken therewith. So gold, meaning riches, it's a stumbling block unto a lot of people. Why? Because they become covetous. And those that have money and have riches, it becomes their God. So that's why the scripture tells us to be content with the things that we have. We got to be content. One more scripture on that. Let's go to Matthew 16 and 26. Matthew 16 and 26. It says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So it's showing you, if you have a covetous spirit, everything that you covet after, a house, wife, shoes, cars, clothes, if you gain all these things, but you did it while being in the midst of sin, what profit is there? What profit is there of that? All right, let's go back to Exodus 20. Alright, so those are the 10 commandments. We got love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul. No other gods before. No graven images. Take the Lord's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day. Honor your father and mother. Thou shalt not kill, commit adultery, steal, bear false witness, and covet. Those are the 10 spoken commandments. Now, in Christianity, they think those are the 10 commandments. Alright, what we're about to read, it shows you that there were more commandments that were supposed to come out, but Israel, being wicked, we were scared of the Most High because his voice was, we're going to read it. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when they saw it, they removed and stood afar off. So they heard the Most High speaking, they got scared, and they removed themselves. Verse 19. And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. Now this is something to keep in mind, right? The people were so scared of the Most High, they didn't want to hear his voice. But now our people are so destroyed, they say that only God can judge them. So wrap that around Wrap that in your mind. Our people didn't even want to hear God speak. But now our people are so foolish. They say only God can judge them. He's going to judge them on the same laws that when he was just speaking them, it was too much for our people. So now you want the same God to judge you? Just think about that. Verse 20. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. So why did God want to prove us? Why did God want to prove us? Who knows? All right, to see if we will keep the commandments. Worthiness. Test. To see if we would obey. Okay. What was the Most High? Why was he proving us? What was he going to give the children of Israel? That he said, you know what? I need to prove these individuals first. Right. So he said, I'm going to give you the promised land. So in order for that to happen, he said, I needed to prove y'all first. Showing you that before anything serious happens, it needs to be some type of proving process. I'm talking about in reference to marriage right now, or in friendship, or in business, whatever it is. If it's something that you think is important to you, it involves you, period. Whoever you're working with, they need to be somebody that you can trust, somebody that you know what they're about. That's how the Most High rolls. All right, go to Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 2. Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse. And thou shalt remember all day which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee, and to prove thee, to know what was in thy heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. So you see that? The Most High said he wanted to prove us. He wanted to know if we were going to keep the commandments or not. He did it for 40 years. Go to Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7. Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Verse 7. Verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in thy trouble. You see that? The Most High want to see which one of these individuals, or hundreds or thousands of these individuals, are going to blaspheme my name, are going to build calves of gold and worship other gods. He wanted to see who is serious about worshiping him as the Most High God. Because everybody can worship that when you get delivered out of Egypt. Everybody can do it then, but do you believe when you're in the midst of the wilderness for your 33rd year? Do you believe then? That's why he had to prove those individuals. So he gave us the blueprint for how to deal with people. Don't trust everybody that pop up in your face as Israelite. Don't do that. Matter of fact, let's go to 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Y'all see that? It says that we must try the spirit. We got to try the spirits of these individuals. All right? Go back to Exodus 20. Exodus 20 and verse 21. It says, And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, You have seen that I walk with you from heaven. You shall not make me gods of silver, neither shall ye make you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and thou shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thy oxen, in all places where I record my name. I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. So let me ask y'all this. How come the Most High did not show himself to the children of Israel? Nobody want to take a shot? How come he didn't reveal himself or show himself? People were afraid? Nope. I'm going to read this again. It says, Ye shall not make me gods of silver, neither shall you make you gods of gold. An altar of earth shall you make unto me, thou shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, the peace offerings, thy sheep, and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. So, if they would have saw the Most High, what would the children of Israel would have done with his image? There you go. Sorry, y'all. Good. Soldier Group got it. Soldier Group got it. Because they would make images worship them, right? If he would have came, they would have started worshiping that image. They would have said, This is God. That's why he didn't even show himself to them. They weren't spiritual enough yet. Verse 25. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up the steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Verse 20, chapter 21. Exodus chapter 21, verse 1. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve. In the 7th he shall go out for nothing, free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. So this is showing you that how servitude was when how it's to be instituted when we were ruling. Showing you that when Esau said slavery is in the Bible, they don't understand what they're saying. We had a righteous servitude system. What they did never abided by these laws. That's why they had to name it something different. They had to name it chattel slavery. When you treat people like animals. That's not how we treated our brothers, and that's not how we treated the other nations. Verse 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door and unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. Now, where throughout slavery in America, the slaves say, I don't want to leave this plantation. I want to stay with my family. Where did that happen at? Right. It didn't happen. Never happened. All right. It never happened. And they had this Bible the whole time we was in captivity. They had the Bible. So they knew what they were supposed to do. They were the so-called Jews. All right. Verse 7. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant. All right. Also, pay attention to this, brothers. So we go into this multiple wife things. All right. This multiple wife things. A lot of y'all might think you can have multiple wives. You got to be able to break the scripture down. That's what a lot of people use. Exodus chapter 21, verse 7. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as men servants do. If she please not her master, who have betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her to a strange nation, he shall have no power, seeing he have dealt deceitfully with her. So what are we talking right now about? Maidservants. It says a maidservant does not please her master. All right, the master can't sell her to a strange nation. All right, because he dealt deceitfully with her, meaning he didn't take her. Verse 9. And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. So he didn't take her, so he gave that woman to his son. Verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. So is that saying that this man has two wives? And it's lawful? Is that what that's saying? Right. And also, it's dealing with servitude. It's dealing with maid servants, men servants. So, do we have any slaves right now? Or any servants, shall I say? Right, we don't. So these scriptures don't apply. They don't apply today. All right, we were in a position of rulership. So, verse 11. And if he do not these things, these three unto her, then she shall go out free without money. All right. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. So in the Old Testament, you hit somebody so hard they die, you get death. Verse 13. And if a man lie not in wait, but God deliver him into his hands, then I will up to thee a place whither he shall flee. All right, the place whither he shall flee is called a city of refuge. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 21. All right, today we call it bail. All right, you can post bail and you sit down or whatnot, whatever you need to do. 41 and 42. I'm sorry, 41 and 42. It says, Then Moses served 3 cities on this side of Jordan toward the sunrise, that the slayer might flee hither, which should kill his neighbor unawares, and hated him not in times past, and that fleeing unto one of these cities he might live. So, the reason why we had these cities of refuge is because something might have happened on accident and you kill somebody, and they don't want you to die just because you accidentally killed somebody. All right, so you had to get out of town before, and then the judges can hear the matter, and then they'll see, okay, is this legit or was this murder? Just like our court system today. Verse 14. And if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar that he may die. And he that smiteth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. So if you disrespect your father and mother, if you hit him, you get put to death for that. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So, so-called white man stole over 100 million so-called Africans. So what, according to this law, what should be their punishment? Right, yeah. That's what the scripture says. The scripture says the whole house of Edom, all of them are going to be destroyed. All of them. Verse 17. And he that curseth father or mother shall surely be put to death. And if men strive together, one smite another with a stone, or with his fist, that he die not, but keepeth his bed. If he rise again, and walk abroad his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and cause him to be thoroughly healed. What do we call that today? You get hurt, somebody got to compensate you while you hurt. What's that called? Restitution. But what else? There you go, workers' comp. That's where we get workers' compensation from. Read it again. It says, if men strive together and one smite another with his fist, and he die not, but keepeth his bed. Or insurance. All right? Insurance. If he rise again and walk abroad his staff, then he that smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. So this is showing you, in our laws, that's where Esau gets insurance from. That's where Esau gets workers' comp. All of these institutions that they have set up here, they learned that from us. They learned that from our Bible and from our forefathers. The Most High had all these things set up. Verse 21. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, verse 20. And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished. So, slavery, when Esau will punish us, sometimes we will fall dead. What punishment did they go under? Right. None. So this is a lot of stuff they're going to have to pay for. Esau got a lot of stuff to pay for. All right. Yep. Verse 21. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. So what it's saying is you can do whatever you want to do with your servant. If he, as long as he stay alive, you good. So Esau gonna get it in the kingdom. As long as they stay alive, they good. No punishment. So you can backslap them, till their face is bloody, as long as they don't die, Most High says righteous judgment. Verse 22. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall surely be punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. So that's where we get those saying eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Alright? That's where it comes from. It says, and if a man smite the eye of his servant, or the eye of his maid, that it perish, then he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. And if he smite out his men servant tooth, or his maid servant tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake. So this is showing you the level of organization and order that we had when we had servants. Likewise in the kingdom, that's what people don't understand. We say the other nation's going to be our slaves. It's going to be righteous. It's not going to be this chattel slavery that Esau is showing us. Verse 28. If an ox gore a man or a woman that they die, then the ox shall surely be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be whipped. But if the ox will want to push with his horn in time past, and it has been tested to his owner, and he have not kept him in, but that he have killed a man or woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be put to death. So that's like when you have a recall on a product. A product ain't working right. All right, what do? They call it in to make sure everybody returns it. But in the Bible, it says, all right, you know your ox or your ass or whatever it is dangerous. If you don't keep it in or put it away so it doesn't harm anybody else, you get death yourself. Esau don't do that today. When people make these products that ain't no good, they don't put nobody to death. That's why the scripture said this place, let's get it. Let's go to Habakkuk. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. So in this land, wrong judgment always goes forth. They're not issuing out these laws as it is written. They're not doing it. Alright? So let's go back to Exodus 21 and verse 30. Exodus 21 and verse 30. It says, it says, if there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for ransom of his life whatever is laid upon him, whether he have gored a son or have gored a daughter. According to his judgment shall it be done unto him. If the ox shall push a manservant or maidservant, he shall give unto the master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. And if a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit and not cover it, and an ox or an ass fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good and give money unto the owner of them, and the dead beast shall be his. So it's showing you all these different laws, statutes, commandments that we had dealing with different issues. We had a solution for every problem. It says, and if one man's ox hurt another's that he die, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the money of it, and the dead ox also they shall divide. Or if it be known that the ox have used to push in time past, and the owner have not kept him in, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. Chapter 22. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep, and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten, that he die, then shall no blood be shed for him. If the sun be rising upon him, there shall no blood shed for him, but he should make full restitution if he have nothing. Then he shall be sold for his theft. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox, or ass, or sheep, he shall restore double. If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his and shall feed in another's field of the beast of his own field, of the best of his own vineyard, he shall make restitution. If fire break out and catch in the thorns, that the stacks of corn of the standing corn of the field be consumed with, he that kindled the fire shall make restitution. So it's showing you all these different situations. The Most High would make sure the person that's being punished the person that's being affected by these different crimes, that they are taken care of. Verse 7. If a man deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of a man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges, to see whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. So they're showing you, somebody say you holding something from me and it gets stolen, this is the procedures we will have to go through. Verse 9. For all manner of trespass, whether it be ox for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any lost things, which another challenges to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbors. So the judges could have condemned either one of them. He said, they say you guilty, then you pay double. Verse 10. If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt or driven away, no man seeing it, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, that he put not his hand unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept it thereof, and he shall not make it good. So if ox died in my house, I had nothing to do with it, he just legitimately died, then once I apologize, we should be good. Verse 13. If it be torn in pieces, then let him for a witness, and he shall not make any good which was torn. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor and be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. So if I let you borrow my iPad and you break it, when I come back to get it, you better have it fixed. That's what the law says. Verse 15. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be a hired thing, it came for his hire. Verse 16. If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Who can tell me what that means? If a man lie down with a woman that is not betrothed, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. What's that saying? Right, there you go. You sleep with a woman that's not married, you must marry the woman. If y'all lay it down, you must marry her. You must marry her. Good. Alright, we're going to stop right there today. Any questions? Alright, no questions? Shalom. Yep, I'm going to be on tomorrow phone for some advice. Over 613. Tomorrow we'll pick up right where we left off. We teach about some advice because he's in Africa. the maidservant became his wife. He took her to be his wife, Brother Benjamin. He took the maidservant to become his wife. Hey, shalom. Shalom, Brother Nehemiah. All right, shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless. I'll see y'all tomorrow.